In today's video, I'm going to break down the best run in all of Madden 25 that you can use to beat every defense in the game. So in this video, we're going to look at the I-form slot close formation out of the New Orleans Saints playbook, and the play we're going to look at is the HB stretch. I'm going to first show how to use this run to beat arguably the best run defense in the game with cover zero, and then I'm going to show you guys how to use this run to beat every other defense in the game. And finally, I'm going to break down some other key runs you can use to complement this one. So make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video so you don't miss out on any important info. And if you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop me a like on the video. There's a few unique things about this play. The first thing that's unique is this run is equally effective to both the right and the left. You can run this to the left by flicking the right analog stick to the left, or just keep it to the right. Now, the other thing I really like about this play is that you'll see the two receivers on the outside left, the Twins receivers, they have runoff assignments. Now, how you know that is you'll see the vertical gray line going downfield above their names. And this just means that if the defense is in man coverage, the defenders assigned to those two receivers will run 5 to 10 yards downfield and they won't even realize it's a run before it's too late. So let's first look at this against cover zero, running it to the left. Now, as you guys can see there, both of those DBs were taken downfield, allowing us to get 4 yards. Now, I really like running the ball to the left against man coverage because you'll notice those DBs will get taken out of the play because they don't realize it's a run due to the runoff assignments. I also like running to the right against man coverage because when you have two receivers on the left, both of the corners have to go to the left side of the field, leaving no outside corners outside of the tight end. So at this point, you really only have to get around that safety, and most of the time, he will get blocked by the fullback, resulting in big plays downfield. So cover zero is clearly not going to work. The other main defense people love against the run is cover four, because just like cover zero, the safeties in cover four are more aggressive against the run, coming downfield, but once again, this will be able to beat them. Now, we do want to attack cover four defense a little bit differently, or really any zone defense. With zone, you're going to notice that there's an outside corner lined up to the outside of the tight end on the right because you don't have to man up the two receivers on the left. So this means we will have a numbers advantage running to the left. If I see only one DB on the left, I am going to run to the left every time by flicking the right analog stick to the left to playmaker the run to the left side of the field, and we're going to be able to get outside for very consistent big gains. This is super consistent. You're going to notice pretty much every time you get that edge, you're going to get big gains. You see 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Now, that's not to say you can't run the ball to the right against zone. It's just not going to be as good because you don't have a player on that side of the screen to block that outside corner. However, we could fix that problem by sending the receiver in motion across the field to give ourselves better numbers. Still, though, we don't really have the same numbers as we do to the left, so it's not going to be quite as good, although we still get 5 yards. Big difference from 5 yards and a touchdown. Now, cover 2 is also going to be used a little bit against the run. Cover 2 is different in that the safeties don't react immediately to the run, but the outside corners play a little bit more aggressively, generally against the run. Same thing as against cover 4. This run is going to be better when you run it to the left because, again, you have a numbers advantage with only one corner on that side of the field. You see we go ahead and snap the ball, and we're able to get outside. Both of those receivers do a good job blocking downfield. Now, to take this scheme to the next level, I do recommend setting the following audibles for your I-form slot close. Make sure you have HB Blast, HB Lead Dive, and HB Stretch set because these are the 3 main runs we are going to use. Now, this tactic is going to allow you to come out in shotgun formations and then audible down to the I-form slot close running plays such as the stretch. As you see here, we come out in shotgun, the defense is in 1-4 thinking it's a pass, and now we have them in terrible run defense and we're easily able to gash them. Now, to do this, you simply need to sub in your I-form personnel in your shotgun formation you're going to break the huddle in. So as you see here, I have my fullback at tight end, and then my tight end as the slot receiver, giving me 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 2 receivers, allowing me to audible from the gun double flex fly off close into the I formations. Now, the Saints playbook is very glitchy to use this strategy with because they have the gun Y off trips nasty, which has dagger whip, and RPO read Y flat. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to prevent people from being able to play better run defenses like the 4-3 even 6-1. A lot of people want to play 4-3 even 6-1 to stop under center runs, but if you first come out in the shotgun formation, abuse them with an RPO, they can't do that anymore because they're going to simply get beat to the flat. So the defense might think to themselves, well, we can just play a little bit less aggressive, play a cover 4 for hard flat, try to move this guy out to defend the RPO, but that's not really going to do much for them because now we have to play dagger whip. What's really unique about dagger whip is we have a super easy zone concept to where if we just put the running back out of flat, out of the backfield just like this, we can now abuse the tight end, which is really the fullback seam streak, the flat with the whip, and then the dig route back over the middle. So you guys can see here, that flat route opens up the tight end whip wide open, and if they try to jump that, we have the dig coming right behind it. I really love this play because if they try to go jump it with their user, I can simply just throw that seam route, and that's an easy catch every single time. Now, because we're able to come off in this gun, shotgun nasty formation out of the Saints playbook and beat them with RPOs and good pass plays, they can no longer be in good run defenses like the 3-4 or the 4-3. They're going to have to play nickel or dime. Now, once we see they're in a little bit better pass defense, this is when we can go right back to the I form slot close. Now, this is a nickel formation, and you can see that they had their nickel back on the right to try to play that trips formation with the RPO. So once we audible down, the nickel is still on the right. Now we've played the audible game. They're going to have to do all sorts of adjustments to their defense, but we can just quick snap them by playmakering the stretch to the left, and we have the numbers every time. There's nobody over there. This can be an easy touchdown. Now, we stumbled out of the backfield, but that is really, really tough. Now, this run does a great job against any defensive formation. You've seen it against 3-4 odd. It will also kill the 4-3, even 6-1. These two formations are probably the best run defensive formations in the game when people go under center, and we have no issues. In this case, we're going to look at cover 3. I really feel like cover 3 is probably the worst run defense in the game because it does not have good run fits compared to the first couple defenses I showed you. But here again, because this is zone, we will run the ball to the left to twins receiver side because, again, we get the numbers advantage going outside each and every time for big plays. Now, you might see somebody get desperate and think that they need to get more players to the outside to stop these stretches, and maybe they're going to try to run a dime dollar type formation. This is not going to work at all. Still, I would prefer to run the ball to the left against this look because we have two receivers on that side of the field, better blocking. And as you guys can see, we're easily able to get the edge again for a nice 7-8 yard run. The thing about it is, though, if somebody's going to be in a formation like this, just completely disregarding the threat of an inside run, while stretch will still work, you may as well just run the ball inside. And this formation actually has a really nice blast play that is going to be really effective if you see somebody try to spread their defense out to stop the outside run. Simply call blast, and as you guys can see here, we're right up the middle for a big play, potentially even a touchdown. The HB lead dive is also a nice play call in situations like this where this handoff is designed to go right up the middle to the right. I do prefer the blast a bit more, but the dive is good too. As you guys can see, we're easily able to cut it and we get about 10 yards. This formation has 3 very good run plays you can use to beat any defense in the game. If you want to see some pass plays from this formation and this playbook in general, which is the Saints, let me know in the comments and we'll get it to y'all